What's up, peeps? It's your boy CJ, and today we're going to review the Canopy Wake One. Let's get into it. Okay, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. So the specs, you got the case size of 39 millimeters, case thickness of 12.8 millimeters, lug to lug of 46 millimeters, lug width of 20 millimeters. Bracelet has a 20 millimeter up top and then tapers down to 18 millimeters. We have a forged carbon bezel and crown insert. On the fly micro adjust. The crystal is a double dome sapphire with AR and it features a Solida SW200 movement inside. The lume is C1 Swiss Nova and the price comes at crazy $599 US, which is 955 Australian dollars. Okay, so how does it wear? Well, as you can see, perfect on my wrist. I feel like the lug to lug being under 50 millimeters and 39 millimeters in diameter makes it sit just right on me, pretty much on any wrist. I love how it looks in this pocket shot. I mean, you can't beat the simple black and white colorway. So with features, I like to start with the bezel and crown. I mean, just look at this bezel. Forged carbon is often used in dials, but it's such a cool fresh take to add to the bezel and crown. The carbon fiber effect is not overdone. It's enough to create intrigue, but also subdued enough to fly under the radar. I have to admit though, that I didn't know about the crown having the forged carbon inside, but on a sunny drive to work one day, I was pleasantly surprised. And that takes me to the next feature, which is light play. While the case itself has some nice vertical brushing of the lugs and a subdued, polished chamfer running down the top portion of the mid case, the real star of the show is the bracelet. I mean, it has this awesome trifecta of polish, brush, and polish again on each link, with a bonus of some high polish on the sides of each link. When it comes to daylight or light play in general, this bracelet is a standout and one of the best I've experienced. Dare I say better than the PRX? Don't kill me in the comments. The bracelet also hits the mark with the choice of a nice solid milled clasp, double push deploy, and with on-fly adjustment, which is great to see at this price point. Now the dial. Anyone who knows me knows that I love texture, and to see this grainy, almost sandpaper-like texture is just awesome. Canopy went with the choice of black borders on the indices and hands. And while this normally wouldn't be my first choice, I actually feel like it was a good one in this case. The black borders make the white inner parts of the hands and indices pop more on the dial. And while the sword-shaped hands may be black, they certainly don't lack dimension due to the choice of the chamfered edges. A date-matching window at 6 with minimal text means the dial is just totally a standout. The case back is nothing out of this world. With the screw-down case back, info of the movement, specs, branding, and the number of your specific timepiece, which is a nice touch. Signed rotor in all black completes the look, which is cool too. Let's talk legibility. Now again, if you know me, you already know where this is going. But if you're a new viewer, first off, like and subscribe. But also, I love legibility. And a legible dial and the Wake One gets top marks here. White on black is just striking, and this is a home run here. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The swatch has been stellar so far, but no watch is perfect, so let's get into the lume. So as you can see, this is where the Wake One falls flat. The lume is very disappointing, especially considering the price. Now, I'd love to go all in and blast Canopy, but I always like to give each brand their due, so I brought it up. And while it isn't an excuse, they did explain, due to COVID and the difficulties that were presented, it was hard for them to get their hands on C3, which was the choice. So they had to settle for C1 due to time constraints. However, they did acknowledge and it assured me that any future timepiece will be beaming, so I can kind of forgive them here. It's safe to say that you're not getting this watch for lume. Okay, so my pros and cons and final thoughts. While I spend a lot of time with the Wake One, I do have some cons. I love the bezel. but for a diver, I would have preferred the bezel to show the 1 to 15 minute marker and so on, rather than have the 5 to 55 minute markers. I also would have preferred to see brushing along the mid case, just to break up the polish that already exists along the side of the links, but I can understand why they went with the polished sides. It does make it a bit more uniform. The lume, I mean, there isn't much to say here except I wanted more, but as bad as it is, at least the brand acknowledged it and promised to improve moving forward. Personally, while the lume isn't good, it doesn't bother me too much because let's face it, while bright lume is cool, it's not the most practical thing in normal cases. I never heard anybody say, I need great lume. Now the pros. This watch is just great. It has enough tool, dressy and luxury aspects to it. I use the term all-rounder to describe the Rolex Submariner, and I feel like this watch does the same. I can clearly see it being used in any situation. I love the weight, the finishing, the bracelet is exceptional. It's also a strap monster. See my Instagram for that. I'm a huge fan of a minimalistic nature of a dial and the choice of dial finish. The forged carbon is awesome, but understated enough to be noticed, which I think is class. It's not in your face like others. For the original price of $999, I thought this was a great watch, but now that it's $599, I think it's insane, and anyone looking for a really good solid diver should jump at this, like for real.
Well, there it is, the Canopy Wake One. Like I said, an all-rounder, luxury tool watch, build quality, exceptional finishing. This watch is really, really good. I cannot recommend it enough, especially at the newfound price of $599. It's a no-brainer. Seriously, it really is. I've loved my time with it. I can't wait to wear it more. It's a strap monster. It's just a banger of a watch. So make sure to check them out. I'm gonna put the link in the description below. If you're new to the channel, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe for future content, and remember to watch out.